Your high school sports is excited to be entering its third season and now has expanded to the Tri-Cities area. Your high school sports is brought to you by these great sponsors. Welcome to this week's Your High School Sports. I'm Roddy Woods, and we're coming to you today, kicking things off from Pigeon Forge. Going to talk to Coach Meadows, talk to Coach Langenfelder from Sevier County, and Ralph's going to be here with a special guest, George Quarles from Maryville. So make sure you stay right here on the Knox. We're coming back next with Your High School Sports.
Volunteer Chevrolet is your friendly hometown dealership, proudly serving the region for over 20 years. At Volunteer Chevrolet, you'll get great offers on select new vehicles, from Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs. So come see the new look at Volunteer Chevrolet and take advantage of their great deals. Volunteer Chevrolet is still easy to find on 400 Winfield Dunn Parkway, Sevierville. Volunteer Chevrolet is a proud sponsor of YourHighSchoolSports.com, Sevier County.
Sully Select in Sevierville is the place to get your daily freshly squeezed non-pasteurized orange juice. Sample our delicious strawberry orange juice too and leave with a pint, quart, or a gallon to take home. Sully Select is a place to pick up Granger County tomatoes, grass-fed beef, and holy smoked salt spices and rubs. Sully Select has granola naturals and local honey from Mojo Bee Company. Visit Sully Select on East Main Street next to Sonic in Sevierville.
From 1989, Tomo has been one of the first sushi restaurants in Knoxville.
I love it. This is one of my favorite restaurants in Knoxville.
We have carried on with an age-old tradition atmosphere and menu, including the Japanese bento box.
Food is outstanding.
Tomo is open for lunch and dinner and extra late for all you late-night sushi lovers, Friday and Saturday nights.
I love the sushi. It's always really fresh.
Tomo even offers half-price sushi on Sunday, 5 to 7 p.m. Tomo, neighborhood price and friendly service on West Hill Crossing Plaza.
Test drive any vehicle on the lot for your chance to win tickets. Race on in to take advantage of our great savings on our pre-owned inventory.
And come on in and test drive any vehicle to win tickets like I did.
Carl Hatcher Furniture has a special announcement to make. Every piece of furniture in our store has been marked down drastically, and right now, everything is tax-free. Get ready for sensational savings on name brands like Lazy Boy, Serta, Broyhill, and Flex Steel. We've got deals on recliners, sofas, lamps, accessories, and much more. So hurry in this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday because it's tax-free time at Carl Hatcher Furniture, your downtown furniture destination in Sevierville.
Welcome back to Your High School Sports. I'm Roddy Woods. We've made our way up to Tiger Country, home of the Pigeon Forge Tigers. Coach Meadows has joined us on the field. Coach, you were off last week. What did you do last week? Just took it easy? Was practice hard? Was it routine? What?
It's pretty routine. The only difference was we didn't go out in pads a whole lot. We tried to get a lot of bumps and bruises healed up, and I felt like we had 3 really good practices, but it was more low key than anything.
You were telling me about injuries. One of the key injuries is one of the Whaley boys. How's he doing?
He's getting there. I mean, I don't know how much he'll be going this week or anything, but he's going to do everything possible to play.
When you say, like most people on an off week, it's time to evaluate things, where you're at so far. Where is Pigeon Forge at this point?
Well, We're pretty good in some spots, and some spots we're still lagging behind. Our depth issue still is a problem, and I really like my first group on both sides of the ball, and some of the backups. We just need to get more backups ready to go.
Are they stepping up and becoming that what you want them?
Well, some of them. I'd like to say all of them, but some of them are, some of them aren't, and some have been a little disappointing. And so, but we still got a few weeks to go, so hopefully they'll be able to do something.
On Friday, when it was game time, what'd you do? Get out and scout West Green?
I did not actually. It was time for me to spend some time with my family. So I don't know how the other wives of the coaches liked it. So because I seen all them out, so they went out and watched some people play.
But Mrs. Scott Meadows said you were going to be home Friday night, correct?
She is the boss.
We know how that is. When we come back here on Your High School Sports, we're going to catch up with Coach, but we're going to talk to a couple of his players if he'll let us. But make sure you stay right here on the Knox for more of Your High School Sports.
Hello, I'm Dr. John Rader, and I want to welcome you to our cosmetic and family dental practice located here in Sevierville, Tennessee. Our office provides a wide array of dental treatments and services from preventive and restorative dentistry to cosmetic enhancement, implant restorations, and the Zoom teeth whitening system. Over the past 12 years of practice, we have built a strong reputation for state-of-the-art dentistry with compassionate care. I invite you to give us a call or locate us on our website at seviervilledentist.com.
This is the clay, expertly crafted, that became the dishes on our tables. This is the grain, traditionally stone ground, that became the fresh-baked bread we serve every day. And this is the home, famously designed, that became the most unique setting for casual dining in Pigeon Forge. From our custom dishware to our delicious food, you can see the ingredients that make the Pottery House Cafe special. The Pottery House Cafe and Grill. Come experience our quality and our heritage.
Just look at all those freshly made Krispy Kreme donuts. I'm sure it makes you want one or a dozen right now. So come visit our locally owned and operated Krispy Kreme donuts in Pigeon Forge. Our Krispy Kreme donuts are made fresh daily, our service is fast and friendly, and the taste will put a smile on anyone's face. Krispy Kreme is a fundraising favorite, so call us today to help support your school or community fundraising efforts. Our delivery truck is there when you need us. Krispy Kreme Donuts on the Parkway in Pigeon Forge.
Welcome back to Your High School Sports right here on the Knox WKNX. Coach Meadows has joined us. We did not get players this week because they didn't play last week, so it's practice time. Coach, let's talk about West Green, a new opponent in your district. What do you know about West Green?
Well, I know they've got one player in particular. His preseason All-State. He's a good football player, and he plays running back and outside linebacker for him. He does a really good job. They got more size than we do, and we've not traveled that far to go to a ball game. So I'm anxious to see how our kids react to that.
When you do a new opponent, do you? What kind of film have you seen? Have you exchanged film with anybody to know what they look like?
Well, yeah, we've got 2 film on them. And of course, we played them last year in a playoff game, and it's they kind of spread you out a little bit, and they've got one lineman that I think is pretty dang good, and they play 3 different running backs, and the quarterback runs it pretty well.
What about defensively? What do they bring to the table?
Well, they base everything out of a 3-4, but the thing that a little unusual, I guess, and we got to get used to it, is they move a lot of people around, and they'll start in a 2 high safety, but then they'll roll it to a cover 3. They'll go to a cover 1, and they run a lot of different stunts and so forth. So we've got a lot of work to do this week.
What does Pigeon Forge have to do to beat West Green this week?
Well, the biggest thing, it's just coaching cliches, I guess, is just we need to hold on to the football and execute on both sides of the football.
When we were here last time, I know that you played Northview, and you said that Northview was going to give you a lot of trouble. You thought that was going to be a game that you really had to fire out and be consistent on everything. Did you do that in that game?
Well, I didn't think we played real well. I mean, as people actually said we'd lose that game, so we are picked against us. So I'm just giving somebody a hard time, but I'm not going to let him forget that one. But I didn't feel like we played real well. Okay. I really didn't, and it seemed real sluggish and didn't execute real well on either side of the ball. So we'll definitely have to pick it up this week.
So practice gets intense today.
It'll be enjoyable for a few, and I think those are coaches that it'll be enjoyable for. So it'll be pretty intense today.
You heard it right there from Coach Scott Meadows. Practice will be intense today. Everything wasn't great against Northview, but they got a win. They were off last week. They take on West Green this week. So make sure you stay right here and get out and follow those Tigers, because they are one of the teams to be watching for this coming postseason. So make sure you stay right here. We'll be right back on Your High School Sports.
I'm having a contraction! I'm having a contraction! We're in labor. The book says you should stay calm. But this is our first kid and we've chosen to panic. Gun it! For the baby. Here it comes! Out of Mommy's way! So get an Allstate agent.
Good hands, good home. Make sure you have the right home protection. Call Kevin Yates, Allstate agent, today.
Lee's Total Health Pharmacy has 2 locations to better serve you. Our 725 Parkway location offers a full-service pharmacy with a large selection of quality home medical equipment, from sports braces to wheelchairs, and a stock varied selection of home care products to assist you daily. Health education classes and a Take Charge weight program are available. Lee's Total Health Pharmacy at 1024 Middle Creek features a compound lab providing medication in the form of pain creams, hormone replacement, and much more. Lee's Total Health Pharmacy. We specialize in your good health.
Clayball's Campground and Cabins and Clayball's Market and Grill have been family owned and operated since 1978. Clayball's Campground is spacious with 320 sites, including vacation homes and cabins. Great location for family reunions and large groups with entertainment on the weekends. Clayball's Market offers Exxon gas, a full grocery line, and camping supplies. Their delicious deli provides fantastic food and daily specials. Visit Clayball's Market or make reservations at Clayball's Campgrounds and Cabins, located on 405 Wears Valley Road, Pigeon Forge.
Test drive any vehicle on the lot for your chance to win tickets. Race on in to take advantage of our great savings on our pre-owned inventory.
And come on in and test drive any vehicle to win tickets like I did.
Welcome back to Your High School Sports. I'm joined now by Coach Tony Lingenfelder, head coach of the Sevier County Smoky Bears. Coach, a hard-fought loss against Dobbins Bennett. Talk about that a little bit for us.
Well, it was a competitive game. I felt like we played really hard. We played well on offense. We just had a few turnovers and a few mistakes that hurt us. Like, anytime it's a close game, it comes down to who makes the least mistakes and turnovers and things like that. But I thought we had an outstanding effort. Defensively, we got whipped up front. That's just the bottom line. We didn't come off of football. They blocked us, and we also missed a lot of tackles that we should have made, and they just hurt us running the football. And I thought we kind of got tired in the second quarter, and the second quarter really was the difference in the ball game.
When you're speaking of that, it goes back to everything. Goes back to your arm tackling, your form tackling, making mistakes on defense. But that game, your team knew what Dobbins Bennett was going to bring, correct?
Right, they're balanced as far as the running game. They're the quarterback and their running back there. They're about an equal number of carries and yards going into that game, and the quarterback's a very good runner. They hurt us running the football, and we knew what they were going to do. We didn't get lined up right a few times, and we lost one of our best starting defensive nose tackles, Desmond Pancato, and when we lost him in the second quarter, it really came back to get us, and we didn't took us a while to recover. I thought our defensive coaches did a good job at halftime, making adjustments in order to, stop them in the second half.
So what do you do from coaching standpoint? I know you didn't sleep much Friday night, so Saturday morning when you woke up, it was time to get back to the basics. And what do you do to correct some of those mistakes?
Well, we watch the game as soon as the game's over. We watch film and grade it and evaluate, how we're playing at each position, and also, break the game down. And the next day we come in and start working on, the next opponent, which is Morristown East this week.
But, how does practice go this week after a loss?
Oh, it'll be just a regular week of practice. We've got get in a little better shape. We've got a few guys that are not in the kind of shape they need to be in for some reason. I don't know why, but we're playing a lot of people both ways, so we need to be in the best shape we can possibly be in. We also need some guys that are backups to step up and be able to come in and rest some of these guys. And that's what we don't have right now. We've got some backups that just aren't ready to play yet.
You heard it right there from Coach Lingenfelder. Things are going to get a little tougher now because that road doesn't get any easier. When we come back here on Your High School Sports, we're going to catch up with the Wallace brothers. So make sure you stay right here. We'll be right back.
Volunteer Chevrolet is your friendly hometown dealership, proudly serving the region for over 20 years. At Volunteer Chevrolet, you'll get great offers on select new vehicles, from Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs. So come see the new look at Volunteer Chevrolet and take advantage of their great deals. Volunteer Chevrolet is still easy to find on 400 Winfield Dunn Parkway, Sevierville. Volunteer Chevrolet is a proud sponsor of YourHighSchoolSports.com, Sevier County.
Sully Select in Sevierville is the place to get your daily freshly squeezed non-pasteurized orange juice. Sample our delicious strawberry orange juice too and leave with a pint, quart, or a gallon to take home. Sully Select is a place to pick up Granger County tomatoes, grass-fed beef, and holy smoke salt spices and rubs. Sully Select has granola naturals and local honey from Mojo Bee Company. Visit Sully Select on East Main Street next to Sonic in Sevierville. Five Oaks Tires, carrying top name brands Michelin Tires and BF Goodwrench Tires. Visit 5oakstire.com. Located on 1425 Parkway, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, or call 5 Oaks Tires at 865-453-3469.
Carl Hatcher Furniture has a special announcement to make. Every piece of furniture in our store has been marked down drastically, and right now, everything is tax-free. Get ready for sensational savings on name brands like Lazy Boy, Serta, Broyhill, and Flex Steel. We've got deals on recliners, sofas, lamps, accessories, and much more. So hurry in this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday because it's tax-free time at Carl Hatcher Furniture, your downtown furniture destination in Sevierville.
Welcome back to this week's Your High School Sports. I'm now joined by the Wallace brothers, Chase and Deuce. We all know him. But let's talk to Chase first. How was it growing up with this?
Oh, it's always fun. We're really close growing up, and we always played sports together, so it's just like old school, just coming out here and just playing. It's always fun.
It's like Sandlot.
Oh, yeah, it's just backyard playing out here with them.
Let's talk to you now. The best game you had so far this season. Over 500 yards thrown, 4 touchdown passes. Assess your play up to this point.
First 3 games, honestly, weren't very good. I kind of let it loose against DB because I kind of had to. It's a big game, big rivalry game that dates back to, I think, 1993. So, it's always a good game whenever they come into town or we go up there. And it's just one of those things where I kind of had to let it loose. The offense seemed to be clicking a lot better than the first 3 games, definitely. And, it sucks that we fell short, but we have a lot to build off of that.
In a game like that, a big rivalry, Dobbins being, that's the big team from up in northeast part of East Tennessee. But for you guys, to lose 41-49, but reading all the clippings, I think Coach was not too unhappy because you guys did not give up. You guys kept playing the way you're supposed to have been playing. So, overall, a loss, but not a loss.
Right. It was funny because it's pretty much the same game as last year. We went up 2 scores quick, and then they came back. I think they scored like 28 unanswered, something like that. But yeah, we did. We fought back. We were down 2 touchdowns in the third quarter, and then had 2 back-to-back scores, which was big. And then tied the game up. And then we just made a few mistakes down towards the end of the game that cost us, a few turnovers, and like I said, a lot to build on, and that's stuff we can fix.
Chase, let's talk to you. In that game, talk about some of the high points in that game from you.
Well, we definitely, like Deuce said, we definitely started off great. We went 2 scores, but defense, we started off, went 3 and out first on defense, but after that, they started running the ball a lot, and we started arm tackling, and that's what it really killed us. So, offense, we did have a couple fumbles, but Deuce came out, threw the ball great. Hunter, great. They played great. So that's really what helped us. So.
Sounds like what you guys got to get back to is the basics. You said arm tackling. That doesn't happen in Sevier County football, does it?
No. When we arm tackled a lot, but. We did have one bust in the secondary when they threw the ball and they completed like 40-yard pass. So that really hurt us. But just gotta go, just learn how to tackle it again, I guess.
So I think this week's practice is going to be a tough one. Would you say?
Oh yeah, definitely probably our hardest practice week.
Is that a good thing?
Yeah, it can be. It will be. It'll be a great week of practice.
How do you get better, Deuce? How does Sevier County Smoky Bears get better?
We just got to continue to stay polished on offense. Like I said, DB was our first game where we actually put up quite a bit of points against a good competition, which we didn't do the first 2 games. Defensively, we have a defensive lineman out right now that kind of hurt us a little bit in the running game. But other than that, like I said, just stay polished offensively and defensively. Fix the arm tackling stuff because that did hurt us a little bit. And just making sure our routes are crisp, timing's right, and everything on offense. And, we'll make a run at it this year.
All right. 2 of these Sevier County players, the Wallace brothers. Make sure you get out and check them out as they take on Morristown East this week. They got to travel, so make sure you get up to Burketoni. It'll be sold out, so make sure you get on up there and support these Sevier County Smoky Bears. We'll be right back with Coach Lingenfelder right after this to discuss that Morristown East game, so make sure you stay here with us right here on Your High School Sports. We'll be right back.
This is the clay, expertly crafted, that became the dishes on our tables. This is the grain, traditionally stone ground, that became the fresh-baked bread we serve every day. And this is the home, famously designed, that became the most unique setting for casual dining in Pigeon Forge. From our custom dishware to our delicious food, you can see the ingredients that make the Pottery House Cafe special. The Pottery House Cafe and Grill. Come experience our quality and our heritage.
Just look at all those freshly made Krispy Kreme donuts. I'm sure it makes you want 1 or a dozen right now. So come visit our locally owned and operated Krispy Kreme donuts in Pigeon Forge. Our Krispy Kreme donuts are made fresh daily, our service is fast and friendly, and the taste will put a smile on anyone's face. Krispy Kreme is a fundraising favorite, so call us today to help support your school or community fundraising efforts. Our delivery truck is there when you need us. Krispy Kreme Donuts on the Parkway in Pigeon Forge.
Welcome back to Your High School Sports. Coach, I just caught up with 2 outstanding young men on this football team, the Wallace brothers. Talk a little bit about Chase and then talk about Deuce.
Well, Chase is just, he's seasoned beyond, his years. He's a sophomore, but he doesn't play like a sophomore. He plays more like a senior. He's got a lot of ability. He's got the size and the speed, and he's just a great athlete, and we're just thrilled to have him back out for football. He didn't play this past year, when they came back up here. He just concentrated on baseball, but we're thrilled to have him back out in football.
Now, your quarterback, Deuce Wallace.
Well, Deuce is just a special type player. You may never have another quarterback around, of that skill level or ability in the next 20 years. He's got all the tools, and he showed what he could do Friday night. He kind of got a slow start this season. and a lot of it was, different reasons other than just Deuce, but he threw for over 500 yards, almost 70%, just making plays all night, moving around in the pocket, and he's just a great player.
Do you say, as Deuce goes, the Smoky Bears go?
Well, yeah, it has to be that with the type of offense we run. It's a quarterback oriented offense, and our quarterback has to play well in order for us to, to score points and move the football. Just the type of scheme we have.
All right, you got Morristown East coming up Friday night. Let's talk about Morristown East. Yes, they have not won a game, but Morristown East. It's Morristown East, Sevier County.
Well, yeah, they're 0-4, but they're well coached. I know their head coach very well. Played football with him in college, and they've got some skilled people that can play. They just got off to a bad start, and they play some good football teams, and we expect them to be at their best. Each time we play them, it's usually a good football game. We struggle with them from time to time, and they've got some good players.
What does Sevier County have to do to minimize the mistakes to beat Morristown East?
Well, we need to come out and have a good start, just like we did last week. Put some points on the board early. We've got to tackle better on defense. We've got to play better up front defensively, and quit getting knocked off the ball up front. We've got to eliminate mistakes in the secondary as far as getting lined up the right way, and we've got to keep playing good at receiver. This past week, I thought our receivers played their best game of the year, and we've struggled there at the beginning of the season. And offensive line did an outstanding job this past week. We've got to keep improving there, and we've also got to try to get some backups ready to play there.
Chase had said a lot of arm tackling on defense. How do you correct that problem this week in practice?
Well, we were getting blocked, and we were off balance and started just reaching and grabbing, and you just can't tackle that way. You're not going to tackle any good back or receiver when you're reaching and grabbing. We've just got to run through people and wrap up and take them to the ground. And of course, they know how to tackle. They just got sloppy, when you get knocked around out there.
Last question, Coach. It's never a good time to get a loss, but at this point of the season, how do you adjust to that?
Well, that's not that big a deal. I mean, we want to win every time we play, and we attempt to win every time we play. We're always going to play to win. We're not going to just play to show up and see what we got. But a loss, it's a non-district game. It's a very good football team. It lets you know where you are, what you need to work on, what you're doing well, and what you need to improve on. And that's the thing you get from playing a non-district game like that. And we always try to play good people in our non-district games. So I think we saw some places we can get better, and we saw some things that we were doing well.
Right there, you heard it from Coach Tony Lingenfelder. His Sevier County Bears did lose last Friday night against Dobbins Bennett, but look out. They're coming back, play Morristown East this week, so make sure you get out and support them as they take on the Hurricanes this Friday night. We'll be right back here on your high school sports right after this.